I'm Don Pratt, host of a show here on Rogers TV that gives you a perspective of police in your community. Welcome to Policing York Region. Today I've got a great opportunity. It's to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's a volunteer unit within York Regional Police with Dana Burdage. Dana, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Can we first of all talk a little bit about your role? What's your role? What's your unit?
My role is I work for the volunteer unit, and I'm the coordinator of volunteer services.
Right.
And my role is to recruit volunteers for the many different volunteer groups that we have at York Regional Police.
And when you say of the many units that we have, there really is a lot of different areas of volunteering at York Regional Police.
Yes. We have, for example, we have special events.
Yeah, special events. So those are folks that get out to, it could be Christmas parades.
Correct.
It could be Halloween in the village.
Halloween in the village, holidays in the village. Many of the special events are hosted at the Community Safety Village. So those are the special events. And then we have the community policing centers.
Yes.
We have three of them, and one is the Georgina, and we have the East Gwillimbury, as well as the King Township.
And then the King Township. So yeah, the three of them, and each of those are made up of somewhere around 20 volunteers.
Correct.
And very active in their communities.
Very active in their communities, which is great. Yeah. And then we have the mascots and the furry mascots, Morris the Moose, Bucky the Beaver, and Bobby the Bear, as well as our Unity and United is our superheroes.
We'll have some pictures of those a little later on in the show.
Okay. We also have the youth band. So we have many youth programs, volunteer programs.
Yes. Yeah.
One being the youth band. So if you have musical talents, it's a great opportunity to join the youth band.
Yeah.
And we have the male chorus group as well. And the pipes and drums band.
Wow.
So those are all musical volunteer groups. Yeah. We also have the Ventures and Rovers crew.
Oh yeah, that falls under the YRP umbrella as well, doesn't it?
YRP and in partnership with Scouts Canada.
Right.
So those are also youth programs, volunteer programs. We also have the 32 Military Police Cadet Program Corps.
Yes. We were fortunate enough, very recently, we just did a show with the 32 Military Police. And what an astounding program.
It is, and it's a wonderful, great program.
It is.
So there are many volunteer programs within York Regional Police.
Yeah. It's a pretty huge umbrella. I was reading just a few minutes ago, I guess the volunteer unit itself was actually established, I believe it said it was in 2004.
Correct.
And at that time, it started off with 104 members. And as of 2017 numbers, it's over 500.
It is over 500, yeah. We have about 516 registered volunteers. And
those are people from all walks of life.
Correct.
From all different age groups. Mind you, there is a minimum. I don't know if it's 16
So the minimum requirement is 14 years
14.
of age,
Okay.
yes. So the youth band is usually from grade 9 students up to grade 12. Yeah. So the minimum requirement is 14. You must be 14 years of age. No criminal record. Keep it clean, yes. So it is, and we have actually our oldest member is 91.
Wow.
So we have, between 14 and 91 years of age. Anyone in between.
Yeah, I know we've always had some great opportunities getting out to some public events. Engaged with the volunteers, and it's a bunch of people. My favorite thing about it, you're with like-minded people.
Yes.
The people that are out there, this is what they want to be doing. They want to be giving a little piece back to their community.
Absolutely.
And they all do it with the same kind of thought process.
Yeah, so that's the great thing is, the volunteer program is, with York Regional Police, it's amazing how the community gets together and the volunteers, the dedication and, the community hours that they put into it is phenomenal. We, it's almost up to 36,000.
It's staggering, yeah. 35,892 hours were donated by volunteers to York Regional Police in 2017.
Exactly.
Like when you think of those numbers, like it's huge.
It is, and it's just giving back to your community and volunteering. There's so many events. We in 2017 we participated in 252 special events.
Wow.
So it's wow. Great.
Yeah, I was looking at the Police Services Board report, and that list was like 4 pages long of all the things that it could be auxiliaries, youth band, the community policing centers.
Correct. Yes.
They all get out to a lot of different functions, right?
We do,
right.
And it's great. So it's giving back to your community, engaging the members and the volunteers as well as the YRP members. So it's just it's astounding how much
Well, and that's something too. You just said it. The YRP members as well.
Correct.
It's worth noting that there's several YRP staff.
Correct.
That decided to wear the YRP tag as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and we want to get them more involved in the community as well. They already do engage in the community. Either on the road, but them as well as their families, they want to contribute as much back to the community. So it's a great volunteer
I can tell
program.
you, we had a function recently in Georgina. It was a food drive, a pre-Easter food drive. And of course, we welcome everyone. You do need to go through a screening process.
Absolutely, yes.
That's just the way that works. But yeah, we had a YRP member. She works in communications, but her husband wanted to come out for the day, and her daughter wanted to come out for the day. So have at it. So
it
becomes
event.
a family event, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got a handful of pictures that I just want to kind of carouse through. So when they start coming up, we'll have a look at it.
All right.
And when we were talking about those numbers, it's actually almost 100 members of YRP are volunteers.
Yes.
It's an incredible number. So let's talk about these guys. So we have Unity and United.
Unity and United are our York Regional Police superheroes, and they are probably, this is children, families, they go crazy over United and Unity. And so we've been asked that they, go to every event.
Yes.
So they are in demand.
They are very much in demand, very much.
They are. So, the children love them, the adults as well. So they, they go to school events as well as, all our special events. And
it's worth noting too that those Unity and United, they were created by a couple of officers that had the inspiration and dream at YRP, and YRP has supported it. And here's the original guys.
Those are our furry mascots. We have Bobby the Bear, Morris the Moose, and Bucky the Beaver. So we have, again, they are our mascots, furry mascots that are in high demand.
The kids love them.
Community loves to have them at their events.
They would be at an event like this. This would be I'm guessing that's the King Township Policing Center out at a Christmas parade.
Correct, and that's the Christmas float. So,
right.
And this picture here is our Halloween in the Village volunteers. We have probably about 40 to 50 volunteers that come and assist us at the Community Safety Village in Stouffville.
So this is right in our own backyard. This is a shot of our 10th anniversary. This is the Georgina Community Policing Volunteers that we support. We were able to celebrate our 10th anniversary just about 2 years ago. That's how many years we've been doing it up here in Georgina. Fantastic team.
You do have a great team, yes.
And this is members of the same team. And this is at a food drive recently. Our team hosts 3 of them a year. And this one in particular, they brought in over 3,000 pounds of food that
amazing.
We were actually able to deliver to the Georgina Food Pantry. Right? And this is the Remembrance Day ceremony.
Correct.
Up at 3 District.
Yes.
The volunteers, the 32 military cadets, they all have a high level of participation.
Absolutely, yeah.
And another drive. These are the Georgina Community Policing Volunteers. This is doing a toy drive at Canadian Tire.
This is the Holiday Heroes Toy Drive that we do annually. So every community assists us with the Holiday Heroes food and toy drive.
Yeah, this is region-wide. This is everywhere.
And this is our York Regional Police Youth Band. They perform at Police Memorial Services, and we do perform at the parades, the Santa Claus parades as well. So just depending on the weather, because it is outdoor. This group here is our male chorus group, and it looks like we may have also the pipes and drums.
Right.
And this group here is a shot of in our atrium at headquarters, and this is the 32 Military Police Cadet Corps.
Yeah, and I alluded earlier that we had them on just recently, and an incredible program. Can't say enough good things about it. It's a really, really good program.
It is.
Okay, on that note, folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
Absolutely.
But they excluded it from their application, and they were denied. And it's don't exclude it.
No.
Make sure it's in there.
Exactly. So the minimum age requirement is 14. Okay. So you have to be at least 14 years of age.
Is that for all units?
No, the 32 Military Police Cadet Corps is 12.
Okay.
So, but that's the first one. It's the only one that it is you have to be at least 12 years of age. However, the other volunteer programs is minimum is 14.
14, okay.
And then no criminal record, of course, keep it clean. And so we do apply, once you've fill out the application form, the first thing we'll do is we'll do a background check. Right. And then we do or background investigation, and then once that's cleared, we do reference checks. So we do require a minimum of 6 references, and we will follow up with the references. And then there's a home visit with our sergeant. So, and then once that's completed and everything's cleared and approved by our inspector or superintendent, then they will be sworn in, and we provide them with a warrant card, which is their photo ID.
Right.
So they are representing York Regional Police. We do have to go through the process, and it is a lengthy process. It may take 3 to 4 months. May take longer. So, but at least 3 months. So not. Expect a call back within the week. So
don't call us up in May saying I really need my school hours to finish off for this year.
Exactly.
We can't help you. That's not what the program is for, right?
No, exactly.
Not that you don't get your school hours, but that's not what you sign up.
Exactly. So the school hours, you can't just call us and say, I require 40 hours for my high school. We will not, we do not just take in volunteers for the school hours. You do have to apply just like everyone else, and if it's approved, and then
there's a due process, and it works very well.
There is. Yes.
It does work very well.
Yeah.
It keeps it very uniform, right?
Correct.
So I just wanted to touch on, we talked about some of the volunteer pieces, the special events and the CPCs, and we kind of expanded that a little bit last year, in that Rogers TV itself is primarily a volunteer-driven organization. So in this building right now, there's only 2 staff members, but you can see all around us, like we're swarmed with people, from people on the soundboards to audio, graphics, cameras, and everything else. So we enhance that partnership by asking your unit, so why can't we create a relationship with York Regional Police volunteers and bring them into the Rogers House, So we have the camera person that's standing right in front of me now. On camera 3 is Teresa Beetle. She's been a long-time volunteer with the Georgina Community Policing Center, and a very active volunteer, I'll say. She puts in a tremendous amount of hours. You were talking about Halloween in the Village.
Yes.
Teresa spends countless hours self-decorating one of the Miller House, I believe it is.
Yes, one of the miniature buildings, and every special event that we have there for either Halloween or holidays in the village, the decorations is different every year, and it just gets better and better. So, everyone loves it because we all know that particular building, will be, the decorations are phenomenal. So it's and she also
Miller
volunteers.
Paving House belongs to Teresa.
It is, yes, because of the space. So it is quite the artistic. Comes out of Teresa, so
it does.
It's wonderful.
It does. Yes. So we've talked about the application process, and I've been asked the question in the past, and I think the answer is yes. It is very similar to the application process if you were to want to be an officer with York Regional Police.
Yes.
It has great similarities. Obviously, there's a little more on the constable side, but
there's more physical testing.
But as far as who you are,
correct. So the application process is similar. So the recruiting process is similar to like the application part of it is the same. So
so I'm a prospective volunteer. I've filled out my application form and I've sent it off. I'm assuming that's back to the volunteers at yrp.ca.
Correct.
And it's a perfect world. I'm in. So now what happens? I guess you identify where I might volunteer?
So that's part of the application process. So when we do your interview, so we do an interview with you first, and then
I see. So
we will decide.
As you're going through the process,
correct.
Right.
So we will decide as, talking to the volunteer that's interested, we'll talk to you and ask you, okay, what is your preference? And these are the volunteer opportunities right now that are currently available. So right now, special events, we do have over 500 volunteers in the program, so registered volunteers. So we are not recruiting for special events. However, we are recruiting currently for the male chorus group, the youth band. So you have to be minimum 14. Youth band is normally youths that are starting grade 9 in high school, right up to grade 12, and then they usually leave after grade 12. They kind of age out after that, and then go to university. So,
so you've constantly got a revolving door in the youth band.
So we're constantly recruiting for youth band, the Ventures and Rovers group as well, and field placement students or university students that are interested in policing, career in policing. So they are normally placed at the Community Safety Village, and they assist our educators. So, and we have high school co-op students as well. So we're continually
I've seen the co-ops
recruiting.
Down at like the Safety Village.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
that's quite a robust program down there.
It is. It's a full-day program for the co-op students, and for either semester 1 or semester 2. So we recruit them for each semester, and it's a 4-credit program, so a course, and for them, and it's a great opportunity for them to see, the different units with YRP, with York Regional Police, and same with the field placement students. So they're university and college students, and they're more in a leadership role at the Community Safety Village, and the high school co-op students they work with the field placement students. So,
but in either case, they're mentoring the youth that are coming through the Community Safety Village,
and that is in partnership with the York Catholic District School Board and the York Public District School Board. Both.
Okay.
Yes,
it does cover both boards.
It does, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's we'll have a conversation on another show about the Community Safety Village, but that's just an amazing place. An amazing place of learning.
It is, yes. And that's where I started as a volunteer.
Well, and that's exactly where I was going, is you have more than a history with the volunteers.
I do.
I believe that's where we first met. You were a volunteer.
I did. I started as a volunteer, and now I work for York Regional Police after a year at starting at the Safety Village, so the Community Safety Village, and now I'm in the volunteer program as the coordinator.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, and there's such a busy program. There's actually 2 coordinators.
It is, yes. There are two of us, and Julia Funk as well as myself, and so yes, it's a very busy unit, and with
We had that conversation just before the show started. I think I have opportunity to get down to headquarters on various levels. I'd have to say, as far as busy, that's definitely one of the busier rooms in the.
We are a very busy
HQ.
Unit. Yes.
There's always a lot going on. Always a lot of buzzing.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's not uncommon to see the furry critters sitting beside somebody's desk because they're on their way out to an event that night.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. They're always they're in high demand, so they're always We have them. We don't have them stored downstairs in storage because they're always being picked up, constantly going out.
Yeah, I know. We go through spells with our own team up here, where obviously we have busier times of the year than not.
Yes.
So there'll be a stretch of 3 or 4 months. We just simply don't bring them back.
Yeah.
We just keep them up here because they just rotate out.
Exactly.
On an ongoing basis, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to touch on another area of it's community engagement on a volunteer level with York Regional Police is some of the committees that they have as well. There's the district community liaison committees, or coined the DCLCs, where it's members of the community, stakeholders in the community, actually get to sit down with the commanders of the district, and reciprocal information gets shared. And then we have the same thing, but at headquarter levels with the chief. So again, and their mandates on both of these is to foster dialogue and harmony between York Regional Police and the many diverse communities that they serve. Right. So you're not officially a volunteer there. You're actually a community member. You're volunteering your time,
correct,
trying to feed back information reciprocal with the command of York Regional Police. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So in all of these, we went over the hours. We've seen that it was a staggering number of hours that gets donated.
Yes. Well, there is a commitment. In order to become a volunteer, you have to commit a minimum of 24 hours per year for a minimum of 1 year.
I think Teresa did that just last week. 24 hours.
She did, yes.
It's funny, because when we hear that, that there's that minimum number, and I believe auxiliaries have the same thing. Only theirs is 144, I think. 144
hours per year, and but they're assisting the officers at every event. So it seems a lot, but it's actually, they probably will do that in a month. Or within like a few months. So 24 hours for a volunteer, minimum a year with a minimum of 1 year commitment. It doesn't take much. 3 events and you've done your 24 hours. So
exactly.
So it's not.
And there's always, as you said, I don't remember the number, but how many events there were in the region that YRP supported last year. It's not hard to fill those numbers.
No. Right? It fills up quickly, and so it's a great opportunity, and with YRP. So
that's fantastic.
So you can volunteer anytime. So.
There we are. Well, thank you so much, Dana, for that.
Thank you.
Folks, that wraps up this episode of Policing York Region. For more information on the show, rogerstv.com. For more information on York Regional Police, yrp.ca. It's been great having you. Look forward to seeing you again.